What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Around the Monitor, the weekly gaming news talk show where every point you make in the discussion is a point towards winning. I'm your host, Zach. The way things work here, we talk through the week's news in gaming. Every time somebody makes an interesting point or a joke, I give them an actual point, and whoever has the most at the end of the week wins for that show. If you're watching the show live, which you can do every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here on twitch.tv/SaveDataTeam, you can vote along using the Twitch channel points to give or take away points, one per round, please. And use that power as you see fit. Joining me once again, we've got the world's #1 Psychonauts 2 fan. It's David.
The soon-to-be fun-employed.
Hey. We've got the Ace Attorney, Pridge.
Just busy purchasing my Dabbing Angel King Ice pendant necklace.
Very good. We've got the Prophet of Kermit, Chris.
The currently still unemployed.
Hey, you know what that means. And last but not least, it's the hockey sticks.
Oh yeah, it's Thursday. Thank you.
It's the hockey sticks and sickle herself, Elise.
You know what? I'm back in 3 houses. #1 Dorothea Stan.
There we go. Can't keep a good queen down. We always start the show with a trivia question to determine the order. And today, folks, we had a big blowout of Sonic news. I know we were all very excited to see it. None of us were let down by it in the slightest.
Big blowout. Less than one announcement for a new Sonic game.
Exactly. But my question to you all, Sonic related, how many different Sonic cartoons have there been in existence? The answer may surprise you.
Okay. I'm saying 5. I can think of 4, I think, off the top of my head, and I'm sure there's another one I missed.
Okay. 5.
I can think of 4, so I'm saying 4.
Okay.
I will aim high and go 7.
Okay. Oh.
Screw it. 6.
Okay, correct answer. Elise had it. It's 5, folks. We've got the Adventures.
Which means we got a tie.
However,
Price is Right rules.
Price is Right rules.
Oh,
okay. Can I name them? Can I name them? We've got Adventures of Sonic. We've got Sonic Underground. We've got Saturday Morning Sonic. We've got Sonic Boom. And I don't know the last one.
The Sonic one you're missing is Sonic X. Yes.
Oh.
Great fucking theme song.
That's true.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that one. I thought you were going to say something about the rest of the show, and I was like, well.
No, that does fit into the like corner of the Sonic universe that is Sonic Kisses Human Girl.
Yeah, it does. Oh, no. It does actually. Yeah,
it's one of the I believe 4 times that it happened.
One of 4 too many times. Some might say. Girls. This does mean the correct order will be Elise, followed by Chris, followed by David, followed by Pridge. The topics for this week's show. Hey, guess what, folks? We got a bunch of news indicating that, yes, the Nintendo Switch Pro rumor is actually coming out. It's coming out this year, and we should hear an announcement sometime before E3. We've got Valve is making a Switch-like portable gaming PC. We should be seeing a new Final Fantasy game. It's a spin-off made by Team Ninja. Twitch has added a lot of tags, including gender, race, sexuality, and hot tubs. Netflix is going to be getting into games, it seems. Pokemon Legends Arceus gets a January release date, which I think all of us are surprised by. Holy shit, is this game actually going to be done in time? Or does this mean this game is a lot smaller than we've been led to believe?
The second one.
I mean, well, we'll talk about it. Epic has released the early access of Unreal Engine 5 for developers. Sony is creating an AI agent to play co-op or compete against players. Xbox and Bethesda has announced that their E3 presentations will be combined into one presentation. What do we think that'll look like? Dragon Quest III is going to be getting a remake in the Octopath Traveler 2.5D style. And we've had Dragon Quest XII announced, or at least a screen for it. Hey, that Sonic event sure did happen today, folks. How about that? And last but not least, I had a placeholder spot for the State of Play announcements. And hey, yeah, they talked about Horizon Zero Dawn, and that was it. Cool. Very cool. Looked great, but...
Yeah, game looks gorgeous. Holy shit.
Wish I had a release date. Elise.
Shocked that didn't.
I'm heartbroken. Elise, what would you like to talk about for the first topic of the show?
Yeah, let's talk about Twitch.
Yeah.
Because we shit on Twitch a lot. We've also
we do, and we use it.
We stream on Twitch, we shit on Twitch, you know.
The constant ballet goes on.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, so the news is they add 350 new tags: gender, race, mental health, hot tubs, all sorts of things. This is good. I think this is good. These are completely optional tags to put on your stream. And people like seeing people who have similar experiences with them. Twitch is about more than just games. And in a way, I'm responding to a lot of the comments I saw on this.
Oh,
which
God.
A lot of them were basically, why do I need to know that this streamer is gay? Why do I need to know that this streamer is black or whatever? Because Twitch isn't just about, it's like, I just want to see games. Twitch isn't just about games. For one, we're not playing games right now.
And it hasn't been just about games for a very long time.
Yeah, for so long. For basically almost since its inception. It was games for I don't know, a month, and then people started doing other things on it. And, and don't get me wrong, it is also games, a lot of games, but it's also talk shows and podcasts like this. It's fucking hot tub streams, just chatting streams, just hanging out. And even if it is just games, you're not there for the games most of the time. You don't tune in to fucking whoever your favorite streamer is. You don't tune into our Ace Attorney streams because you love Ace Attorney. It's because you like seeing Zach and Wes and Pridge talk about Ace Attorney.
And getting into hot tubs for you.
Yeah, and so knowing that, for one, after scandal after scandal of people fucking being the worst, being fucking homophobic, transphobic, racist, whatever, knowing that you're going into a stream where people have similar experiences to you, and they probably, don't get me wrong, there's no guarantees in life, but if someone is gay and trans, they're probably not going to be saying slurs on stream. I think that's good. And if you don't want to care about them, if you're a streamer and you don't want to tag yourself with whatever, completely understandable. You don't have to. The hot tub meta is still a thing, and now people can actually just search for them.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. You don't need to fucking, you can just search the tags. You don't need to know who's doing what. There you go. Yeah, that's what I have to say about it. I think it's good.
Yeah, agreed. It is kind of funny and unfortunate that both this hot tub rollout is included with the same update as the raciality.
It's real
It's you could have waited a week to do that.
all the demographics, your sexual identity, your gender identity, your hot tub preferentials, all that.
I only believe in 3 genders: male, female, and hot tub. The only genders.
Oh yeah, well I identify as an attack helicopter.
Oh, is that you, Ricky Gervais?
Damn it.
One joke?
We can't do that. We can't do that.
Vintage terrible shit me.
Oh God! Congratulations! It's a hot tub. God damn it! I hate this.
I mean,
that is the best joke you've made.
It does make sense that it's a tags rollout, they're rolling out 350 tags.
Totally.
Put what you can, but
it is unfortunate.
It is funny.
It's a little unfortunate. Yeah.
No, there is a lot of people bitching on Twitter about this because
it's Twitter.
We're talking about gender and sexuality. It's the end of the world. And to that crowd, the answer is always the same thing. Nobody mind your own fucking business.
Yeah, you don't have to fucking be there. You don't have to.
No one's forcing you to interact with this. Shut the fuck up, Kyle.
If you don't care,
you have
then don't care.
you have to try to search for tags
Yeah.
So like,
right.
if this isn't for you, don't search for it.
Exactly. It's people making a problem out of something that will not affect them in the slightest. The chat has lots to say about this. Danky Danky gives a point to Elise. Point for shitting where you eat when that comes to dunking on Twitch. Esnex gives a point to Elise because she's pretty. Am I doing this right? Yeah.
Yes.
Flattery
will get you everywhere.
Exactly. Elise, point to Elise for, or sorry, Halucha, point to Elise for breaking down importance of visibility and connecting with similar folks. Yeah, agreed. And Dan says, I was going to try and add to what Elise said, or at least say something funny or clever, but she took all my points. I agree. There we go. And Mackie came here to the stream for Elise. Good points all around. There we go. Elise.
12 points.
No, that's
the first fucking round.
Elise is at 15 points.
God damn.
Dominating. I'd love to see anybody come back on this.
It's a good thing that I decided to meme on this episode.
Pridge.
Didn't even need
let's
my
talk
cat to get it.
about. Nope.
Is that the wrong order? Yeah, right. Pridge is last. Sorry.
That's me.
Wrong
I
white guy.
certainly am.
Wrong white guy with glasses. Chris, what would you like to talk about for your first topic of the show?
Go Ninja. Go Ninja. Go.
Oh.
I'm not talking about Ninjago, Masters of the Spin Jitsu, a show I know nothing about but has an excellent name. I'm talking about those Metroid Other M scamps, Team Ninja.
Yes.
Most famous thing, Metroid Other M, nothing else.
God damn it, I
Okay,
hate you.
so Team Ninja gets a lot of shit.
Yes.
Rightfully so for things like Half the Dead or Alives, which suck, Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball, which sucks, Metroid Other M, which sucks, and all of that is deserved. But they actually, for the most part, are a good dev, and for the most part, they also have like good range. They've done a lot of different stuff. Including Hyrule Warriors, which people forget about. That is also, it's them and Omega Force. It's not just Omega Force.
I did not know they actually made that. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's if I recall, Omega Force just was like gave them basically the license and engine and said, be free. And they certainly did it. Anyway, they're partnering again with our good friends at the Square Enix, to make an unknown, a mystery Final Fantasy game called Final Fantasy Origins. And that's really all we know is that, hey, this is a thing that's probably going to be announced pretty soon, which of course leads to rampant speculation by everyone as to what the hell this thing is going to be.
Hey, welcome to video game news, folks.
Yeah, I know. And guess what? I'm gonna jump right in with you boys, because most recently all the buzz has been like it's gonna be probably a Neo styled game, and it's called Final Fantasy Origin, which I mean naming conventions don't mean anything to Final Fantasy, because like Type 0 is a prequel to Final Fantasy 13 in the Fabula Nova Crystallis universe. So names even nothing this fucking company. God, I hate Square Enix so fucking much. But I do think that I do think that names mean something to Team Ninja at least a little bit. And I think it's gonna be a little bit more of like their Team Ninja's like reserved wheelhouse as opposed to Neo, which is kind of like a newer project for them. So I think it's gonna be more of like a spectacle fighter. That's an archaic, what do they call it now? Character action game. And I think it's gonna also lean into sort of like how they've been doing the Dissidia Final Fantasy fighting games, which are less fighting games and more like you hit two buttons and then the character does a big cool maneuver. So I think we're gonna be getting a big, pretty spectacle character action game in like the Team Ninja classic style, and by that I mean fuck that shit. We're going back to Ninja Gaiden, baby. Because they've proven recently that you can do spin-offs of Final Fantasy games well. I would argue that even Remake is a spin-off of a Final Fantasy game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because it is.
Yeah.
So I think Origins is going to be probably a story. Some people are even saying it's gonna be a retelling of 1 and 2, Final Fantasy 1 and 2, which like, good luck making that interesting. But I think there's also a decent chance that we see Team Ninja take another Final Fantasy they're familiar with, like 8 or 9, whatever the fuck, and make that into its own sort of like standalone game. Dirge of Cerberus, everyone loves it. Like its own game. So No, they didn't touch that. That was Nomura. That's a Nomura joint. But anyway, a lot of people are shitting on this because it's Team Ninja, which is bullshit. Team Ninja does make good games sometimes. They just do make it not good ones a lot.
Yeah.
And I for one am super excited for Team Ninja to cover the most important storyline in Final Fantasy Origins.
I hate you.
Goofy Gaiden.
I hate you. I knew it was coming. As soon as you started speaking that sentence, I was like, "This is how he does it. This is how he wins."
Okay.
Maybe not.
I want to address the chat real fast. And Mackie just said they disagree that Other M sucks. And you're gonna take the point away from me, as you should. They redeemed their points properly. And Mackie, that is a wild stance.
You know what? As a huge Metroid fan, that is a wild stance. I respect
Other
your
M's
opinion.
terrible.
But...
Unfortunately, I have to agree that the Other M is an absolutely trash game.
The baby.
The baby.
Man, I hope Adam allows me to do this thing afterwards. Fuck's sake.
I made it like halfway through that game, and it just...
It's a bummer.
I couldn't do it.
It's a bummer. It doesn't trust the player and kind of does some funky things for the Metroid lore. Anyways, S. Nick.
Like an idiot.
S. Nick gives a point. Final Fantasy 29, New World's Electric Boogaloo.
Ooh.
And
I would love if Square Enix was just like Final Fantasy 20. It's out now. Fuck you.
That would be a powerful move.
They take the phone naming convention.
Yeah, they take the phone or Microsoft. Microsoft did it too. They skipped Windows 9.
I mean, hell, they skipped Xbox 2 through 359. They went straight to 360.
That's true.
Hotlucha also gives you a point for Goofy. Don't reward him for that. But anyways, David, what would you like to talk about for your first topic of the show?
I want to talk about that Super Switch, man.
Hey!
So we literally just last week were doing predictions about whether we think the Switch Pro will be announced. It's looking like the Switch Pro is going to be announced.
Yeah.
Get wrecked, everyone else who said no.
I think I said no, didn't I?
I think most people said no, if I remember correctly.
I said yes.
I think only me and Pridge said yes.
Oh, I fucked
No,
up.
I said yes.
Oh, okay, then most of us said yes.
Okay, never mind. I had it backwards. Either way, Super Switch. If they name it something else, they're stupid.
Yeah,
It's the Super Switch, but they are gonna 100% call it the new Nintendo Switch because they're gonna fuck it up.
They are gonna do that. Yep.
Listen, I didn't think this thing was possible. I just didn't. Like, it's absolutely bonkers that they're managing to pull it off, and it seems that they're gonna make it happen for holiday, despite a semiconductor shortage
Yes.
that has been in place, and they haven't even produced these units yet. So where are they getting them from? Who knows?
The moon.
I know they had said in here, like, they made some design changes and stuff to basically reduce the number of semiconductors they need. And they've also switched a bunch of components out for this new Super Switch. So
I was gonna say
that's awesome.
One thing that was cool in the article is they're basically like, hey, listen, the Switch obviously is not as powerful as the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, so we don't need the same parts that they're trying to get right now. To some extent.
I was going, but yeah.
Yeah. No, hey, sorry, I stole you a bit. I'll still give you a point, even though I said it. God damn it.
I mean, Zach, you nailed it though. Like, they are not trying to compete at the same level as Sony and Microsoft. If the rumors about the Super Switch are true, it's going to be like using software upresing instead of actually being like a 4K machine. It's going to use some NVIDIA stuff to DLSS to basically sample up to like 4K on your TV. So you know what? Better looking Switch games for hopefully around the same price, better battery life. Give it to me. I want this. And you know what comes with a Super Switch? Breath of the Wild 2, baby.
Hey.
My fantasy critic is gonna go wild this year.
Fuck, David, if it does come out, you are gonna win.
You all thought I was a madman. Thought I was crazy for taking Breath of the Wild 2. Crazy for taking Halo Infinite. Nah, y'all played yourselves.
David played
You're
the
gonna
long
get crushed beneath my prediction foot.
Here's the thing.
Because the Super Switch is coming. And
you
we're
know
all
what?
gonna buy this fucking thing.
You might,
of course I am.
you might be 100% right on this, which is a bummer because you're gonna win Fantasy League then. Catching up with the chat, S. Nick gives you a point for sticking it to Zach. Hotlucha takes away a point from me for cutting off David. And
they said they know it's not how it works.
Right. But I still have to read it because it's funny. And Dinky Danky gives a point for, quote, switching out components. I don't know if you said that on purpose, but you did say it. So
I didn't, but I'll take it.
There we go. And also, Lucha gives a point for your optimism for Breath of the Wild 2. Hey, listen. David correctly said that Psychonauts 2 was actually going to come out this year. Maybe,
That's true.
Maybe he's right again. We don't know, folks.
you did start saying better hardware, better graphics, better something else, and I was like, come on, say better pizza, Papa John's.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Listen, I don't want to bring any more attention to Papa John.
That's fair.
That's fair. The bad Papa deserves nothing.
God, remember that sweaty
What about
ass
Shaq?
picture of him? This isn't important.
I
was
think
very
Shaq's
important.
fine.
Bridge, what would you like to talk about for your first topic?
I'm gonna go right into Sonic because
Oh,
I just like talking about Sega and Sonic and how he should be successful, but he isn't because Sega.
Oh, I would say it's the opposite. He shouldn't be successful, but he is.
No, I mean I think he's honestly a decent mascot, and I feel like he has good games and could continue having good games. Sega just doesn't do that.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
So, I'll take you back to 12 o'clock today.
Okay.
We're getting. That's what time it started, right? Was it noon?
I believe so.
2?
Yeah.
It was noon or 2.
Yeah.
Unimportant.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting ready to hear some Sonic news. And what's the first thing we hear? You can wear a Sonic costume in the 2020 Olympics game.
Mm-hmm.
And no, this is not Mario vs. Sonic at the Olympics. This is a Sonic costume in an otherwise completely normal Olympics games.
Exactly.
Where you play as humans doing the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Second announcement, you can get a Sonic costume in some weird-ass hospital simulator game. I don't know what the fuck that is.
What Hospital? Actually a good game, but yeah, weird.
It's
And then point 3, in a completely unrelated game created by the same people who create the Yakuza games, you can find an arcade where you can play Sonic Fighters.
Sorry, Sonic the Fighters?
Thank you. The critically acclaimed Sonic the Fighters.
As the closest thing to a fighting game critic on this podcast, no. Not a claim. Very bad.
So I absolutely love the fact that we get into the Sonic thing, and the first 3 announcements are, here's Sonic-based stuff in non-Sonic games.
Yep.
It was such a start that's just like, oh god, this is what we're getting, isn't it? This is the great news we're getting.
Yeah.
So after that, I think they talked about like a TV show or something, or like a comic they're doing to tie into something. Then there was the first actual piece of news, which was a basically remaster of Sonic Colors called Sonic Colors Ultimate, being released September 7th. I had never actually heard of this game. Apparently it's not bad.
Yeah.
So I mean, this was at least something, I guess, that people could mildly get excited about.
Yeah. It's probably one of the between the 50-50 split of good and bad Sonic games in the last 15 years, it's at the very least in the good side.
Okay, so I mean, kudos to Sonic's fan. They are getting that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
A lot of
And
caveats.
we went back into other stuff I don't care about. We got more talk about a different TV show that's different than the animated tie-in to Sonic Colors Remastered, Ultimate, whatever.
Yeah.
So we went back to more things that aren't really that important. We got some great stuff for a mobile game. We got a bundle of all the 2D Sonic games. I could have sworn there have already been like 8 bundles of 2D Sonic games.
So many of them, Pridge.
I don't know what this is supposed to be hyped for.
Don't know either.
There were some other things that were unimportant. And then it ended. But wait, it didn't.
Oh.
There was the one last thing, which was Sonic running in running. Then it went to an overhead shot, and he ran into shape, and that was a logo that didn't like say anything. It was just a logo.
Yeah.
And then it ended. So I guess that means we're getting a new 3D Sonic game?
At some point, I think they actually said 2022.
Point?
But
they did say 2022.
But regardless, like, okay.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, that's a logo to what I assume is a 3D Sonic game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there.
And there you have it. There's your year of Sonic, everyone.
God, dog bless.
No more news on the movie or anything. Just
wild.
Yeah, wild choice. Wild choice to not mention the movie.
Sonic Colors Ultimate, which is cool, and a teaser for a 3D Sonic game coming in 2022. I'll completely forget about that by the time it's relevant again.
Right, exactly.
Hey, Sega, you have the highest grossing video game movie of all time.
Yeah.
Whatever. We got these mobile games to plug.
Sega is gonna Sega.
Fucking hell.
Esnick gives a point for immediately choosing the Sonic topic.
Someone had to talk about it.
Gotta talk about Sonic Past.
Somebody had to. Dan gives a point. It proves that Sonic is no longer a video game character. He is a Ronald McDonald-esque mascot.
Yeah.
To which
it does feel like that sometimes.
To which
100%.
Halucha follows up. Sonic is no better than the Noid. And Chris says Sonic is to chili dogs as Noid is to pizza, which is very funny to me.
Put that shit on the SAT, baby.
God damn it. That was Halucha's joke. Don't steal that without crediting him.
Oh, I didn't see that. What's amazing?
Elise, what would you like to talk about for your second topic?
Let's talk about the fucking Steam Switch.
Yeah. Speaking of switches.
God.
Uh-oh. Folks, my Discord just crashed. Give me 2 seconds. I got this. Come on, baby. Hello?
Crashed.
It worked.
You're muted.
Oh. What? Oh, yes. Hello. You can hear me?
There you go.
Okay.
You're not muted.
now.
Wow. The fact that Discord crashed right then, what a choice. Anyways, I'm going to cut this out in the YouTube video. Elise, what would you like to talk about
your
for
microphone in Discord.
Yeah, you got the wrong microphone.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Voice and video. Yep. I don't know why it defaults to the webcam mic.
You're back, baby.
Okay. Tell us about the new Switch model, or whatever you want to call it, by Valve.
This shit sucks, dude. Okay, let's break down the facts. Valve is making a portable gaming PC.
Mm-hmm.
The Switch exists.
Sure does.
Facts. The Steam box also existed.
In the past tense, exactly.
In the past tense. Mm-hmm. Along with those, the Steam OS existed.
In the past tense.
In the past tense.
Mm-hmm.
No one bought Steam boxes. No one bought or no one used Steam OS because it's the worst.
Yeah.
It's an operating system that you can't do anything else on with your PC. And like, why are you buying a PC if you can only use Steam on it? And also, it's a fork of Linux, which means without the support of like being able to do all the things that Linux can do, and like use Wine or whatever to play all the games that you can't normally play on Linux.
Wait, Linux computers can drink wine? That was a shitty joke. I'm sorry, everybody. That was horrible. That was really bad, folks. I'm sorry. Take away points from me. I apologize. Sorry, Elise. I hijacked your thing with my bad joke.
The other thing, the Switch, I love it. It's not a very good portable console.
Heresy.
Look,
it's a really damn good portable console.
I'm a famed defender. I'm a famed defender of the Joy-Cons. I think those shits are great.
Also heresy.
other than the drift is bad. The drift is awful. I recognize that. But like as controllers themselves, as a design, I love them. The Switch is too heavy. The Joy-Cons are a little too like the layout doesn't quite work for when you're trying to hold up the entire Switch. Plus the triggers, like it just doesn't feel very comfortable as a cohesive console to use portably, like as a thing. I think docked, great console. And like having the option to, take it into the living room and watch a movie while you're playing it, whatever, take it with you. For those that commute by public transit, like amazing. Having that option's great. I don't want that to be the thing, though. The main thing people get a Switch for is the exclusives and just like having that option.
But I can play indies in my bed or the bathtub, Elise. It's amazing.
So, they're nindies. I'll have you fucking know. Watch your mouth.
Sorry.
Okay, listen. You can play indies in your bed, but what's the fucking comfortable way to sit in bed and play on a Switch? There's no way. You can sit cross-legged, hunched over. You can hold it over your head on your back.
On my stomach.
Holding a 5-pound over your head to drop it in your arm.
It is a little heavy. You just rest it on your stomach.
If you're laying like on your stomach, then you're like propping yourself up and trying to play like that. There's no good way. The only good way to play like most consoles is sitting in a chair or a couch with your controller. Right? That's my take, at least.
Here's the thing. The rest of us on the podcast disagree with you, but the chat is agreeing with you. So there is some division
points,
here.
Though, there.
Oh, for sure.
Pridge has an ace in the hole, though.
Do you not have one of these kind of pillows?
Oh no, I only have known two people that have had those, and you're one of them now.
Well, you know what?
We have one of those. They're great.
Okay.
Yeah, they're perfect for. I leave this against the base of my bed. Lean on this thing. Put my pillow on top of it. And play Switch leaning back in this thing.
If my webcam was long enough, I would pull it to the bedroom and show y'all Victoria currently playing Hyrule Warriors with that pillow as the sitting apparatus.
Oh man,
they're great.
If you want to chill with the Switch, get yourself one of these pillows. It's phenomenal for in the bed gaming.
Get some chunky pillows is what I say.
I will take that in mind. Combining all these factors, Steambox, SteamOS probably, fucking whatever they're doing with the portable side of this, this thing's gonna flop, man. Like,
here's the thing.
Will they even fucking finish it is my question.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If it has an actual operating system that can let me use it like an actual computer, then maybe I'd be interested in getting it. If it can function as a tablet that can also play Steam games, cool. But will it do that? I don't think so, and therefore it will suck.
At that point, what is the difference between running a long HDMI cable and a fucking wireless keyboard and mouse?
Yeah. And
also good point.
This kind of already exists. You can get, and I haven't seen them in a little while, but it's like a little flip-up gaming PC with a full, it's a tiny thing. It's got a full keyboard, and it's got basically an Xbox controller built in. They're mainly used for emulators. Because
yes, I know what you're talking about.
I mean, here's the thing.
Apparently they're pretty good. You can play indies.
They're running like Raspberry Pi tech. They're actually pretty cool.
They're a couple $100, but they're pretty cool. Not a lot of people have them, and the people that do have them like them. But I think that shows there's not a whole lot of market for this.
I was gonna say by the time this comes out, which will probably be at the very least a year and a half, presumably the streaming platforms that exist will be better. And then, if you want to fucking play something, just fucking play it on your phone.
Well, maybe xCloud.
Maybe xCloud. Hey,
maybe Luna.
People don't hate NVIDIA, from what I understand.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, the Shield exists.
NVIDIA has the licensing issue that they ran into.
Right. I mean, listen, I have mega beef with NVIDIA right now because of the whole fucking my computer crashing
your
every second,
destroying themselves. The only other thing I can think of is like, what is the NVIDIA Shield that people stream from their computer to as well?
Yeah.
Well, the NVIDIA Shield also it basically runs Android, right? But
yes. Yeah. It's people just like stick emulators on there. You can just run Dolphin on that thing.
Yeah.
I has no life takes away a point from me. You deserve it, Zach. That wine joke was just terrible.
Yeah,
Dan,
it was real rough, buddy.
It was bad. Yeah, I have no. I admitted it the second it came out of my mouth.
Dan, that's fair.
Dan gives a point to Elise because we can't take away points from Zach for bad jokes. Okay, come on. Halucha, a point to Elise because for speaking nothing but the truth. Facts are facts, America.
I love Facts for Facts America.
Toad of Sky, a point to Elise for pointing out what a brick the Switch is. And Mackie, a point to Elise for an honest critique of the Switch. Chris, what would you like to talk about for your second topic of the show?
Let's keep ragging on Nintendo because they've had it too good for too long. Hey, Nintendo. Hey, it's me, your boy Chris, calling you guys up on this lovely Thursday evening. Sorry, did you say that the Pokemon game is coming out in January? Because that ain't enough time, Chief. Yeah. That's right. Those Nintendogs told us that the Pokemon Legends Arceus, a bad title, is going to be out next January 28th of 2022. A game that was announced in February of this year. So, I mean, I guess a year turnaround's not insane to say, but for an open world Pokemon game you've never done before, oh boy, is it insane to say.
Yeah.
And I do want to highlight one little thing from their very minimal amount of press we've gotten on this game, which is Nintendo's description of what you can do in this game. Players will be able to go out in the wild to study the Pokemon's behaviors, sneak up on them, and then throw Pokeballs. You notice what's missing from that little blurb there that is a marquee thing of Pokemon games?
Eat dinner.
Battling.
Damn it.
Not mentioned.
It's the release version of Pokemon Go.
Yeah, that actually does exactly what it sounds like.
I think, I don't think this game is a Pokemon game in the sense that I don't think this game has combat. I don't think this game has gyms. I don't think this game even has fucking trainers. I think you literally walk around and catch them all, and that is the fucking video game. So, in the world where that's the video game, hey folks, this thing's coming out in January. And if we happen to do Fantasy League before the end of January, don't take this thing. because this thing is gonna get No Man's Sky to fuck. People are gonna expect that I'm gonna be able to run around the world and catch Pokemon and battle them in a 3D environment and solve puzzles and Legend of Zelda my ass all over this fucking place. And you're not gonna be able to do that shit, and people are gonna be mad about it. There's also another unfortunate side thing. This is gonna be a like Pokemon DX or Pokemon Rangers or Pokemon one of those spin-offs, which is like, it's fine and all, but it sure shit ain't a Pokemon game. So yeah. I was like moderately excited for this. I thought, like, I don't know how Nintendo's gonna handle how Game Freak is gonna handle an open world Pokemon game, something they've literally never done. And people also pointed out in the limited amount of footage we got, looks like a lot of green hills and trees.
Yes,
it does look like a lot of green hills and trees. So I personally, as a detractor from modern open world Nintendo games, am expecting a very flat open world with not a lot going on, and you walk around and occasionally you stumble into Pokemon, you look at them, you write something down in the Pokedex, because this is before the digital Pokedex, it's the old times.
Right.
And that's the video game, Chief.
Yeah. You bring up a good point, because you're right. They didn't mention battling in that description. There in the trailer we got, there was a very like rough, like you could tell it was not like that's how it's going to look in the final game of like a Pokemon battle. And it had like, you could pick the 4 moves that your Pokemon was going to use, but
I don't remember that.
It was like on screen for literally 1 second. It was a very like, you could tell this was like, oh, we got to have this in the trailer or else people are going to freak the fuck out.
Right.
But yeah, I'm very worried about this game. The fact that yes, they moved the release date to January, considering that in February of this year that trailer came out and it looked not ready. I don't know how much
like
they
it was
can
running at 20 frames a second poorly.
Yeah, well, hey, they got that Super Switch, so it's gonna be fine.
That's true.
I don't know.
Except this is running on a computer.
I'm a little worried. So I think your caution is warranted. And so does N. Mackey, who says, gives you a point for being concerned about Pokemon. And Dan gives a point saying, I mean, quote, throwing
Dan's point is
Pokeballs
very good.
doesn't even include the word capture. So who knows?
It's very true.
Maybe you just throw balls at Pokemon.
Oh, is it just 40 hours of fastballing at a fucking Pokemon?
Just fucking Randy Johnsoning a 100-mile-per-hour inseam fastballing a Pidgey. I need a better username. Says I wasn't expecting to stream today. Is anyone excited or expecting the Sonic Colors remaster? We briefly talked about it, but the answer is yeah. Sure.
Not really.
We'll see.
And I briefly looked back at like the battle scenes in the Pokemon Legends Arceus trailer just now. It gives me Digimon World vibes, and I don't use that as a positive.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hang on, I'm scanning this trailer for this thing.
I need a better username. Takes away a point from Pridge for his opinions on Pokemon Colors. No, this man hasn't even
Sonic
played the
Colors.
game. Sorry. Yeah, not Pokemon Colors. Oh, they just say, I don't like having an odd number. It had nothing to do with your opinions on a game you haven't played. David, what would you like to talk about for your second topic of the show?
I would like to talk about Microsoft.
Hey.
So we're coming up on E3. This week, we're finally getting news on when people are doing presentations. Not everyone, but we're starting to get that news flowing in. And Xbox has announced their merge showcase with Bethesda June 13th at 10 a.m. Pacific. What is that? 1 p.m. Eastern for you weaker coast people.
Sorry, the Beast Coast.
So the main point here that I'm interested in is it's contradictory to what I think even Xbox had said in the roundtable and what a lot of people had predicted of Xbox and Bethesda having two separate shows back to back. This is very clearly, this is a 90-minute show, a single show packed with a ton of games from Xbox, and they're just like, hey, we know you're all excited to see Bethesda show stuff. So they even named it the Xbox and Bethesda game showcase.
Right.
So
That's
I think, which is wild because Xbox fucking owns Bethesda. So it's wild that they're even putting their name in there as a separate piece. Xbox has bought a lot of studios before. Granted, they've never bought a Bethesda until this year. But
Right.
it's never been Xbox plus this studio. It's always been Xbox. So this is they're really straying from the past on this one. I think they're really trying to cash in on a lot of people's love for Bethesda games, whether that is people who love Dishonored and Arcane Studios, whether that's people who love Fallout, everything except 76, whether that's all the Elder Scrolls people, the Elder Scrolls Online people. I think they're really trying to capitalize on that this year, which makes me think they got some stuff to show other than their PlayStation exclusive things.
Yeah.
And this show's honestly making me think they are not going to show either Deathloop or Ghostwire Tokyo at the Xbox and Bethesda show.
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think the way they're positioning the show, I don't think either of those games show up at all. I think those are left to a Sony State of Play or something like that, which on one sense, I get. They don't want to give Sony any extra marketing clout than they already have. On the other sense, like, they still make money for the game when it sells.
True.
So I would think they want money.
You would think.
This company? No.
But I mean, this basically means their strategy is, get those games out, get them done, because we're already basically done with the games. We're already contractually obligated to finish them. So it really speaks to me that they're not worried about those games. They are looking entirely towards the future of like, we're just going to finish these projects. They're done. And I haven't even mentioned the biggest game of this Xbox showcase, Psychonauts 2, baby.
Fucking
coming.
God, he got us,
Coming
folks. He got us.
It's coming. It's coming in August. I am predicting it now. Coming in August. Psychonauts 2, August 2021. It's coming. It's coming, folks. Game of the year.
Definitely
Game
not
of
that.
the year.
It's not that for sure.
I want to say you're insane, but like,
What else is
I don't
coming
think
out?
you're wrong.
Also,
I mean,
Chris, did
probably
you just
Breath
do
of
a
the Wild, as
magic
I
trick?
mentioned earlier, but
No. It'd be awesome if I knew one though, right?
It was a lazy magic trick where you palm the coin.
Listen, Dan just taking away a point for the more marketing on Deathloop. Yes, Dan, they're marketing it still, but separate from Xbox.
Correct.
Yeah, that's very true.
Which is more the point of their Xbox showcase is entirely Xbox. They are ignoring all of their previous stuff.
What point do you think in the presentation they hit his with Starfield? Did they still close, or did they segue from the Xbox to the Bethesda stuff with Starfield?
I don't think, with the way they announced this, I don't think there's going to be a separation of Xbox and Bethesda anymore. Like the way they're wording this, I think it's going to be integrated in. Yeah.
Now what is
interesting? Okay.
What is their shipping name? X Bethesda.
It's the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. They already called it that.
Bethexbox?
Bethesda box is the worst.
That's the worst. Actually, you know what, Zach? I think they're gonna open with Starfield. Or Chris, whoever asked that.
Oh, that's a powerful.
I think they open.
That's in.
Does Todd talk about it?
That's bold.
Oh, obviously it's Todd.
I mean, they got to start strong and they got to
usually
finish strong, and you assume one of those is going to be Halo.
They're going to have a one more thing. They're going to have a one more thing. Actually, it's true. They're probably going to start with Halo Infinite instead of I don't know.
I think it's more announced.
I don't think either of those closes though. Or maybe one's like because they always do a one more thing. Xbox
the other thing is maybe
again.
Well, the other thing could be maybe
in 2 years.
Perfect Dark is more done than we think, and they have gameplay of that. That would be fucking. That would get me hype.
Wild.
That would get me hype.
That's not. Honestly, though, I love Perfect Dark. That's not a closer.
It's not. That franchise is not. The studio
is. They could close Elder Scrolls 6 again. It's been 2 years.
The initiative. Very excited
People
for
got
it.
Very small memories.
They've called it like a quadruple A studio, so I think they're trying to make Perfect Dark be a thing you close with.
I think they're trying to God of War Perfect Dark, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But how does a quadruple A compare to a super game?
Time will only tell.
Which one flops harder?
Yeah. Catching up with the chat here. Dan actually meant to give you a point for that.
Thank you, Dan.
Lucha gives you a point because of Psychonauts 2 Game of the Year. Maybe not. And Mackie gives you a point for being on brand with Psychonauts.
Sorry, excuse me, Zach. Did you say Psychonauts 2 Game of the Year?
I mean, I was just reading it. God damn it. He got me, folks. He got me again.
Take it out of context, put it on the soundboard.
Pridge, that being said, what would you like to talk about for the final topic of the show? Bring us home. What are we talking about?
All right. Apparently, we found some evidence that Netflix might want to get into games.
Oh, God bless their hearts.
And I've got a simple, foolproof plan for them to succeed.
Oh
no.
Don't.
Oh, very good.
The only way to win is to not play.
The only way to win is to not play.
Very good.
Netflix, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, my
Go
friend.
make some more Adam Sandler movies, you pieces of shit.
Look, I like how this article's like, Netflix has tipped its toe into gaming. The best example being Black Mirror Bandersnatch. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we really calling that gaming? Like...
No.
It's a choose your own adventure game. That's what it is.
No, I get that, but
it's an experience.
Yeah, it's like a movie experience. It's like to call that dipping your toes into gaming feels super inauthentic.
Is that not just an FMV game though?
A what?
A full motion video.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I don't play full motion video games.
It's just they're not good usually, so you're fine. That's a topic for another discussion, David. Put a pin in that. Pridge, keep talking.
I mean, and Netflix has sort of tried to do this in the past. They tried to partner with Telltale on a Stranger Things game, but that died before it ever got announced.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, Telltale died before.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess Telltale's Minecraft story mode is at least partially playable on Netflix.
It does exist there. I was going to point that out, yeah.
But like, Netflix, just don't. Just don't do this. The reports are guessing that it's going to be some sort of like a smaller version of Apple Arcade that would include both licensed Netflix IP and games commissioned from indie studios. First off, no indie studio is going to fucking give you a game Netflix. Jesus Christ.
Well, they're going to have to give them a lot of money.
Like, no one... I don't know what games Netflix thinks they could possibly pull.
Hey, there was a very 6 out of 10 Stranger Things season 3 video game. I'm sure they can get that.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know why these companies that don't have a background in the game space are trying to get into the game space.
Yes.
When like there are so many giants you can't keep up with.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are also so many like smaller companies that just know better than you. It doesn't matter if you have a shit ton of money. You don't have the knowledge. Most people you're going to be fighting against have both money and knowledge, or at least have knowledge. You just have the money, and ask Google Stadia how that worked out for them. Throwing a bunch of money at a project without any actual understanding of how it works, that don't breed success.
And it's the frustrating thing, as you pointed out, Google having all the money in the fucking world, and they hired so many people in the games industry to work for them, and then they didn't listen to them. And it's like,
I would also like to remind you all of Amazon Game Studios, creators of successful games like Crucible,
and another one that got canceled, right? The Lord of the Rings,
Lord of the Rings game that got canceled, and that New World game that may eventually come out.
New World,
New World is probably gonna come out, and everyone's gonna hate it.
Yeah, almost certainly. Netflix. By the way, like to get into the games are expensive, y'all. Netflix as a company historically is only 7% profitable, so I don't know what the fuck they think they're doing, because games not cheap.
Yeah, it's also a very good point. Catching up here, SNIT gives a point. This is going to end up like Discord's gaming thing. Here's the thing. Discord's gaming thing wasn't a bad idea. It just launched the same week as the Epic Game Store, which had way more fucking money behind it. I Need a Better Username gives a point to Pridge to be an even number. And Mackie gives a point to Pridge. Just don't. What a classic.
It's a foolproof strategy to avoid failure.
Jessica D is subscribed. Thank you very much, Jessica D's. And Halucha gives a point for dragging Google. Yeah,
they deserve it.
I'll always drag Stadia at any moment.
Anyways, that is going to do it for this week's show, which does mean David, Pridge, and Chris, it's time to go home and become a family man, because this week's winner is crowd favorite, Elise. Elise, are you ready for your minute to win it?
I sure am.
Please take it away.
All right. I was talking about the fucking Steam handheld. I've been playing fucking Fire Emblem Awakening on my 2DS. I want to sing the praises of that thing. Honestly, any 3DS model, they're all great. I like the 2DS because it's cheap and I find it comfortable. New 2DS XL, the new 3DS, whatever you want. They're all great. What you do is immediately go to, I believe it's 3ds.hacks.guide. It'll take you about 50 minutes, an hour to get it all set up. When I did it way back when, in like 2017 or 2016 or whatever, it took me about 3 or 4 hours. But they've updated like the entire hacking process. There's a new exploit to use. Well, new, it was 2017. But it'll take you like an hour. And with that, you can get custom themes. You can get all sorts of homebrew apps, which is really the reason you do it. And it takes, look, you can get a 2DS for like less than $100 right now. You hack it in like an hour, and then you've got access to a huge library of games, not just from the 3DS, which has amazing games like Monster Hunter, Professor Layton, the Ace Attorney games are all in there. I know y'all love your Ace Attorney games. Like Fire Emblem, so many fucking amazing games. Pokemon. Not only do you get access to all that, you also get all the virtual console stuff from like GBA, the Look, I've emulated GBA on my phone. Touch controls, not amazing. They do the trick for like playing Pokemon or whatever, but there's a few virtual console GBA games, but you can also inject GBA games into the virtual console from your PC, make basically your own virtual console games. You got emulators, you've got virtual console from like pretty much every system in the past. It's just amazing. Highly recommend picking up a 2DS or whatever 3DS model you're looking at.
I do want to add to that. I need a better username says, no, Elise, you can get backups for your legally obtained games. I believe that's what you meant by all of that.
Yeah.
Just to confirm.
That's exactly what I meant.
Good.
No, look. That's also a thing you can do is just you put your legally obtained physical game into the slot, and then you just run a program. It takes a couple minutes, and then you have it like backed up. And as long as you still own the cartridge, it's completely legal.
Exactly, which is why we play the emulated version of the Ace Attorney games, because we all own copies of it, and that actually is true. But
I mean, I was about to say it's literally in my coffee table. I can go get it right now.
Yeah. That is actually true. That is going to do it for this week's episode of Around the Monitor. Things to plug for this week. Hey, folks, if you haven't already, check out our Ace Attorney with an Actual Lawyer series. It's popping off as per usual now. This week, I believe we had nearly 170 live viewers, so that's amazing. Holy crap. Also, we broke our Twitch donation goal this month, so sometime soon, me, Wes, and Pridge will be joining you all wearing maid outfits on stream.
You horny bastard.
This is all thanks to you. So I know, real talk, I'm looking forward. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Also, we were joined by the judge this week, which was an amazing stream. That'll be up this following week on our YouTube channel as well. Chris, would you like to talk about Pokemon data?
Yes, you said Chris really weirdly.
Chris.
Yeah. Oh, hey. In addition to everything else that's going on our channel, it's a lot of stuff. We have our Pokemon Nuzlocke. You can check that out on Mondays, or the VOD goes up every Sundays. Edited by OP/Carl. He is a godsend and a capital Cadillac of man. But the whole reason we're doing that in the first place is because we're making a Pokemon game. We'll see you in court, Game Freak. Pokemon data led by myself, David, and Jason. But yeah, actually, Nintendo's chomping at the bit. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Pokemon data by myself, David, and Jason is our very own Pokemon game. We're working on it. It's a big ordeal. We're chipping away at it. Today, I put the version 1 of the full region map in our Discord. You can check that out under #secret project in our Discord. We're still working on the map, and then after that we're going to be working on all the individual areas, and then eventually we'll be able to play some Pokemon, folks, and you can be in it. Just support us on Patreon, or hang out in our Discord, or harass Zach on Twitter.
Don't do that. No, you can do that. That's fine. Let's see. As David mentioned, we also do have a episode up from Save Data Cast. That is our other gaming discussion podcast talk show. That came up this last weekend. That was all of our E3 predictions for this year. We made a lot of bets. I guarantee you in a couple of days, half of them will be proven wrong. But hey, that's the fun.
We like to dream.
We sure do.
David, you're muted.
But some of them might be proven right.
That's awesome. It's also true. Hugely important. This Sunday will be our very first community stream. Basically, we've been talking, if you've been a member of our community for a while now, you know that once in a blue moon, we do like a super long stream that usually is about 10 hours, and we play a wide variety of things, some of which we play with the community, be that Jackbox, Ultimate Chicken Horse, whatever. We said, hey, that's super fun. We love doing that. It sucks that we only do it like once every 3 months or 4 months. What if we decided to do that every month? So now the last weekend of every month, we are going to be doing a community stream where we will be playing with members of the community. If you'd like to get involved, just join our Discord. This weekend will be Sunday, the 30th at 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. We will be playing Eastern time, thank you. We will be playing Jackbox and Ultimate Chicken Horse, and maybe something else, depends, but those are all decided by our Patreon supporters. And Patreon supporters also get first dibs, so if you'd like to join on that, please just go support us at the $1 level there. That is patreon.com/SaveDataTeam. Okay, now that we've shilled enough, shall we call it?
We shall.
Okay.
Let's call it.
Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, this has been Around the Monitor.